When you have a bunch of tasks to do, but instead you find yourself glued to your phone, binge watching something for 1,000 times, thinking, I will start tomorrow, but tomorrow never came. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into a topic that I think we all battle with at some point, motivation, or more accurately, the lack of it. You know that feeling when you have a bunch of tasks to do, but instead you find yourself glued to your phone, scrolling through endless feeds, or binge watching something for 1,000 times. I have been there and I'm sure you have too. So today I'm not going to give you some generic advice or tell you just do it. That doesn't work, does it? Instead, I'm going to share some real practical tips that have helped me get out of that route and actually get things done. These are things I have learned from my own experiences, and I think they can help you too. There was a time when I was really struggling with motivation. I had a bunch of things to do. Chores around the house, errands to run, and personal projects to work on. But most days, I just didn't feel like doing anything. I'd lie on the couch, scrolling through my phone, thinking I will start tomorrow. But tomorrow never came, and things started to pile up. That's when I realized I needed to make some changes. I started looking for ways to get motivated, and over time, I found a few strategies that really worked for me. I'm going to share those with you today, and I hope by the end of this video, you will have some actionable ideas to try. Alright, first thing first. Stop waiting to feel motivated. I know it's tempting to think that one day you will wake up with this burst of energy and suddenly want to do all things you have been putting up, but that rarely happens, right? Motivation isn't something that just appears out of thin air. It's something you have to create. Let me tell you a story. I used to be the king of procrastination when it came to working out. Every night, I'd promise myself that tomorrow I would get up early and go to the gym. But when morning came, my bed was just too comfortable and the gym seemed too far away. So I'd hit snooze and skip the workout. This cycle went on for weeks until I realized that waiting for the perfect moment or the right feeling was just an excuse to avoid doing what I needed to do. So I decided to make a change. I stopped waiting for motivation and made going to the gym non-negotiable part of my morning routine. I set my alarm, got up and went to the gym, no questions asked. It was tough at first, but after a few weeks, it became a habit. Now I don't even think about whether I feel like going or not. I just do it. The key here is to understand that motivation follows action. So don't wait to feel motivated. Just take that first step. Once you start, the motivation will come. For example, if you need to study, don't wait until you feel like it. Just open your book for 2 minutes. That small action can spark the rest. To make it easier, try setting a specific time for tasks. Tell yourself at 8 a.m. I'm starting this, no matter what. Use reminders on your phone or sticky notes to keep yourself accountable. It's all about tricking your brain into action. Alright, tip number 2, do the hardest thing first. I remember when I used to put up my workouts until the end of the day, I'd tell myself that I had too much to do in the morning and that I'd go to the gym after work. But by the time evening rolled around, I was exhausted. And the gym was the last thing I wanted to do. So I had to find some excuse to skip it. One day I decided to switch things up. I set my alarm earlier and went to the gym first thing in the morning. And you know what? It was amazing. After working out, I felt energized and accomplished. I realized that by tackling the thing I was dreading first, I was setting myself up for success for the entire day. So if there is something you have been putting up, whether it's a big project at work, studying for an exam, or even something like cleaning your house, try doing that first thing in the morning or at the start of your workday. Once you have conquered that hardest task, everything else will seem easier, and you will feel a sense of pride and accomplishment that will carry you through your day. To figure out what the hardest thing is, ask yourself, what am I dreading the most? That is usually the one to tackle first. It's like eating your veggies before dessert. You will feel better and more productive. Alright, tip number 3, make it easy to start. I think a lot of us get overwhelmed by the magnitude of a task, and that's why we avoid it. For example, thinking about working for an hour can be intimidating, especially if you are not in the mood. So I learned to trick myself by breaking it down into smaller, more manageable parts. Instead of saying, I have to work out for an hour, I tell myself just do 5 minutes. That seems doable, right? And more often than not, once I start, I find that I'm in a groove and end up doing more than just 5 minutes. This technique works for anything. If you need to study, tell yourself, I will study for 10 minutes. If you need to clean your room, say, I will just pick up 5 pieces of clothing. Once you take that tiny step, you will often find that you have the momentum to keep going. It's like your brain says, well, I'm already started, might as well continue. So don't let the size of the task scare you. Just focus on that first tiny step. If you are writing a paper, just write one sentence. instance, if you are organizing your desk, just stack one pile of papers. It's all about lowering the barrier to entry, and you will be surprised how often you keep going. Tip number 4, remove distractions. Our attention is constantly being pulled in different directions, and our phones are a major culprit. I can tell you how many times I have sat down to work on something only to find myself scrolling through social media or checking emails instead. So, what's the solution? Simple. Out of sight, out of mind. When I need to focus, I make sure my phone is not within arm's reach. I put it in another room or at least on the other side of the desk. That way, it's not tempting me to pick it up every 5 minutes. But it's not just phones that can distract us. There are other things too, like a massive workspace, noise, or even other people. So to really minimize distraction, I try to create a clean, quiet environment where I can concentrate. For example, I might clean my desk before starting work, turn off notifications on my computer, or wear noise-canceling headphones. The point is to eliminate as many potential interruptions as possible so that I can stay focused on the task at hand. Give it a try. You might be surprised at how much more productive you can be when you are not constantly being pulled away by distractions. If you work from home, maybe set up a dedicated workspace away from the TV. If you are in an office, you have phones to signal you are in focus mode. It's all about creating a bubble where you can get things done. Tip number 5, surround yourself with motivation. I have learned that the people you spend time with and the content you consume can have a huge impact on your motivation levels. If you are around people who are always complaining or making excuses, you might find yourself doing the same. On the other hand, if you are around people who are proactive and driven, their energy can be infectious. So I made a conscious effort to surround myself with motivation. I started following motivational speakers and influencers on social media, watching videos that inspire me, and spending time with friends who are ambitious and goal-oriented. It's not that I avoid people who are not motivated. It's just that I make sure I'm getting exposure to positive, driven individuals who can encourage me to be my best self. Also, I try to be that person for others. If I'm feeling motivated, I share that with my friends and family, hoping that it will inspire them too. So take a look at your social circle and the content you are consuming. Is it lifting you up or bringing you down? Make adjustments where necessary to create an environment that supports your goals and motivation. For example, if you are on X, follow accounts that post productivity tips, or join a study group where everyone is pushing to finish projects. Last but not least, tip number 6. Remember your why. Motivation can be fickle. It comes and goes. But if you have a strong enough reason for doing something, you can drive you forward, even when you don't feel motivated. So what's your why? What do you want to achieve your goals? Is it to make your family proud, to improve your health, or to reach a certain level in your career? Whatever it is, make sure you know it and keep it in the forefront of your mind. I like to write my why down and put it somewhere I can see it every day, like on my mirror or at a screensaver on my phone. That way, whenever I'm feeling low on motivation, I can look at it and remember why I am doing what I am doing. Find it and remember your why is crucial because it provides the underlying purpose that can sustain you through the ups and downs of motivation. Alright, that's on 6 tips. But I have got one more thing to share with you, and it's something that I think is often overlooked. It's important to celebrate your wins, no matter how small they are. Sometimes when you are trying to get motivated and achieve something, it's easy to focus on what you haven't done yet or how far you have to go. But that can be demotivating. So instead, make sure to acknowledge and celebrate every little victory along the way. Did you manage to work out for 10 minutes when you didn't feel like it? That's a win. Did you finish that chapter you were supposed to read? Celebrate that. Celebrating your wins reinforces positive behavior and encourages you to keep you going. So don't be afraid to reward yourself for your efforts. It could be something as simple as treating yourself to a favorite snack or taking a break to watch an episode of your favorite show. Just make sure it's something that makes you feel good about what you have accomplished. Remember, motivation isn't just about pushing yourself, it's all about recognizing and appreciating your progress. Alright, that's it. I have shared with you 6 practical tips that have helped me get motivated when I don't feel like doing anything. And I have added a bonus tip about celebrating your wins. Remember, motivation isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create through your actions and mindset. I love hearing from you guys, so let me know in the comments what's your biggest struggle with motivation and how do you overcome it. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!